Welcome in the second part of Jujutsu Kaisen recap. Sorry for the delay. It took a lot of time to make this video, so without any further introduction, enjoy watching, and don't forget to click that subscribe button and like the video if you want more anime recaps. In the aftermath of the battle against Mahito, both sides have returned to their usual routines. Yuji finally goes back to school, but his surprise return doesn't exactly go over well with his friends. The Kyoto students arrive shortly after, and we're introduced to the Kyoto students. We see some new character. Zenin Mai, Oei Tadu, Nishimiya Momo, Ultimate Mekamaru, Kamonori Toshi, and Miwa Kasamian. They are all second or third years, giving them an advantage over Tokyo students. So they doubts the two first years can keep up. With Yuji's return, Principal Yoshinobu Gakuganji is surprised to see him, and he is pissed off while Gojo loves teasing him. In anime, we all know that an old man is usually badass. Even if Gojo is stronger, I think he shouldn't mess with him. Principal Masamichi Yaga explains the team battle rules, saying, the first team to exercise the Grade 2 curse wins. It's game over if the Grade 2 isn't exercised by sunset. And noting that students must avoid killing or injuring each other. However, Principal Gakuganji orders Kyoto students to assassinate Yuji. He sees Yuji as Sukuna's vessel and nothing more. As the Kyoto Sister School Goodwill event prepares to begin, Megumi uses his divine dogs to track curses. The Tokyo team splits into two groups to find the Grade 2 curse. Suddenly, Oei Tadu arrives and intends on taking on the entire Tokyo team. However, Yuji takes charge, punching and kicking him. Maki had predicted Oei would charge straight towards them. Yuji's goal is to distract Tadu, not to win. Tadu is much strong and had more experience in battles than Yuji. Well, Tadu asks him what kind of woman he likes. Tadu loves Yuji's answer and start imagining that he and Yuji are best friends. As the draw attack. But the Kyoto students surrounded him. At that moment, Yuji knows that they're trying to kill him. Luckily, Tudo stopped them by claps his hands, swapping Yuji and Noritoshi Kamo with his curse. The Kyoto let Yuji to Tudo. In that time, both start fighting and Tudo start teaching Yuji how to use his curse. Tudo is determined on helping his new best friend Yuji in reaching new heights. Tudo tells Yuji about cursed energy during their fight. The episode 16 focuses on the battle between Panda and Mekamaru. Mekamaru shoots Panda from behind as Nobara and Panda corner Momo. He plays up death. Momo, on the other hand, decides to teach Nobara to listen. Panda gets up and punches Mekamaru when he appears. Panda is shown to be a mutant cursed corpse. Mekamaru is known as a puppet. It is under the control of a man named Kakichi. He explains that he possesses a heavenly restriction, which give him great levels of cursed energy in place of his useless body. Kakichi envies Panda's freedom. He uses full power ultimate cannon to attack. Panda survives. He transformed to his gorilla mode. He was born with 3 cores, which means he must be struck in all 3 to be defeated. Panda is a powerful in gorilla mode. He smashes Mekamaru, throwing him to the roof floor. Panda has the advantage in close combat. Mekamaru throws a tile at Panda on the roof to distract him. He uses this chance to use his elbow boosters to attack Panda's core. Panda faked the location of the core. He smacks Mekamaru with his palm, destroying the puppet's head. Jujutsu Kaisen continues to. Meanwhile, Nobara is unable to catch Momo as she rides her broom through the air. They begin talking about Mai and how she is seen as a failure by her family, but Nobara doesn't care. A tough life, in her opinion, is no excuse for bad behavior. Nobara attacks Momo with the straw doll technique, hairpin, causing the nails to explode with cursed energy. Because of the explosions, the trees fall, allowing Nobara to grab a bristle from Momo's broom. Nobara uses her straw doll technique, resonance, to make Momo lose control on her broom. To avoid harming Momo, Nobara smacks her with a rubbery hammer. Mai shoots Nobara in the head with a cursed rubber bullet before she can finish her. Maki comes in the trees to confront Mai. She tells Mai to call for backup, but she says she wants to fight alone. Maki couldn't go on living like that, so she had to leave. She apologizes, but Maki has previously said that she will never leave her sister behind. Capacity to control all parts of his blood. Jujutsu Kaisen has highlighted the three families who are well known in the Jujutsu Kaisen world. Megumi Fushiguro is a member of the Zenin family, but we still don't know his actual relationship to Maki. Juzo notices the chaos and summons a barrier using a cursed object. Satoru, Gakugenji, and Yudahime did not arrive in time because the barrier surrounded the battlefield. They plan to break it down until Satoru realizes that this curtain restricts him to enter, but allowing Juzo feels tricked because he thought he was going to meet Satoru Gojo. Gakugenji pulls out his guitar and orders Yudahime to go ahead and save the students first. Megumi noticed Hanami from one of Gojo's sketches. He tried to call Gojo telepathically. Hanami claims he merely wants to protect the planet and asks the sorcerers to die and become Earth Sages. The special grade cursed spirit Hanami has invaded the Goodwill event. Hanami's roots follow Megumi, Toji, and Nora now. The fight continue, and that's take us to the next episode. Tudo and Yuji continue fighting the special grade cursed spirit in episode 20. Tudo asks Yuji to trust him, while he analyzes the enemy's skills, believing that they would win. Tudo's foot is grabbed by Hanami's roots and thrown to a series of spikes that Hanami created. Yuji tries to save him, but Hanami gets in his way. Tudo activates his innate technique, Boogie Woogie, and changes place with Hanami, and Hanami has been pierced by the spikes he creates. Boogie Woogie is a simple technique that allows Tudo to switch places with another person or object by clapping his hands. Tudo used his curse to switch himself and Yuji several times as Yuji and Tudo attacked Hanami. They confuse Hanami. He is unable to determine whether they are being switched or if Tudo is moving Hanami. Yuji hits Hanami with 4 black flash strikes. With Hanami weakened, Tudo prepares to exorcise him. But he uses cursed bud to absorb cursed energy from both Yuji and Tudo. Tudo switches Hanami and Yuji. He prepared to block the attack with a cursed energy barrier. But he remembered what happened to Megumi when he was injured by the cursed bud. Tudo and Yuji forced Hanami to use his domain expansion. He converts the nearby plant life into energy, forcing the flower on its shoulder to revealing an eye. However, before Hanami can activate his domain expansion, Gojo breaks the barrier that covered the school and ends the battle. Gojo confronts Juzo while Gakugenji yells at him not to kill him, instantly cutting his limbs. He destroys the landscape by combining his curse technique labs, blue and curse technique reversal, red resulting in hollow technique, purple, and shoot it in Hanami direction. But in the nick of time, Hanami escaped. Meanwhile, Mahito stole cursed womb and a Sukuna finger. After the epic action of the previous episodes, Jujutsu Kaisen took a little break for all the action, and the Kyudo Goodwill ever ends with the end of the episode 21. Quick note, Hanami run from the battlefield, but he seems pretty hurt and can't cure the wounds caused by Gojo's strike. Mahito able to steal 2 sets of special grade cursed artifacts that were sealed. Gojo manipulates the Goodwill event so that instead of one-on-one fighting, the students play baseball. Jujutsu Kaisen, obviously, would not have many battles at once. Fighting can be overkill, I can understand that. Well, honestly, I wasn't really interested in the baseball game. All the students join the game and start playing and having fun. It's a good thing to do after a fight. Meanwhile, Yaga and Gakugenji discuss how to handle Yuji. Gakugenji claims that he doesn't hate Yuji, but his existence violates the rules. They don't know how Yuji and Sukuna will turn out, but Yaga believes that the sorcerers will regret that. The Goodwill event ends with Tokyo High winning. Akari Nida, the auxiliary manager for Jujutsu High, drives the first years, Megumi, Nobara, and Yuji to their mission site, while explaining to them about a thread that connects to 3 guys' deaths. Those guys attended the same junior high as Megumi, so they set off to investigate Megumi's junior high. They meet one of the school faculty staff members and question him. He noted that junior high students, liked a courage test by jumping from Yasovhachi Bridge. Who doesn't know Yasovhachi Bridge? Basically is a place known for suicides and is a hot spot for paranormal activity. 4 students were found unconscious below the bridge. 3 of them are dead. Megumi has been there before with his sister, who is hospitalized for a long time cause of a curse. Megumi reveals that he has an older sister called Sumiki. Megumi goes off alone to Yasovhachi Bridge during the nighttime because he doesn't want to put his friends in danger. But Yuji and Nobara followed him, saying they don't care about danger as they want to help their friend. So the 3 first years cross over into the curse's domain, where they confront a mole-like cursed spirit inside. However, another cursed spirit from the cursed womb appears as well. Yuji steps up to face the new cursed womb, while Megumi and Nobara deal with the curse in the domain. In this episode, we'll see a new Megumi's character. Megumi and Nobara are underdeveloped compared to Yuji. The 3 of them notice that they're in the presence of another Sukuna finger. Well, who don't know a cursed womb, death painting, they are special grade cursed objects created with the mixed blood of both cursed spirit and human. Mahito stole death paintings that Jujutsu Kaisen sealed, as we saw in the previous episode. Back into the fight, Kachizu attacks Yuji with acidic blood. The curse is surprised that Yuji is so strong. Elsewhere in the domain, Nobara tries to use his resonance on the mole cursed spirit, while Megumi uses his black sword to kill it, but the cursed spirit is quick to duck back into its hole. Suddenly, Iso transfers Nobara out of the domain. Kachizu rushes out the domain to join with his older brother. Yuji chases them to help Nobara. Outside of the domain, Nobara dragged out of the domain by a new unknown cursed spirit called Iso. She swings her hammer and forces the curse to back up. Well, honestly, the curses are getting creepier and creepier. Iso is the creepiest one yet in my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you agree. We finally get a glimpse about the real Megumi's power. Back inside the domain, a new cursed spirit jumped in front of Megumi and pushed him to the limit. Smiling with a crazy expression, Megumi forgot sacrificing himself and goes for the win instead. Megumi pictures a future stronger version of himself, he able to surpass his limits. He activates his incomplete domain expansion, Chimera Shadow Garden. As the floor of the domain is covered in shadows that releases darker versions of his summons, several frogs grab onto the curse's legs. The curse tried escapes by using a powerful explosion of cursed energy, but Megumi delivers a powerful straight kick to his opponent's face. They start fight, but it seems that Megumi's new dark power is surpassing the cursed spirit. In the end, it's exorcised by Megumi's divine dog, Totality. The curse fades away and the domain disappears along with it. Megumi notes that he's tired and falls asleep. Elsewhere, Iso goes to get the finger, while Nobara stopped him. Well, the death paintings are really a weird pair, their design is weird too. Anyway, Kachizu and Yuji suddenly appear behind Iso, and it seems that we will see a battles between Nobara against Iso and Yuji against Kachizu. See you guys and hope you liked the video.